This right here is a $400 Harbor Freight trailer, and I'm going to try to turn it into a DIY square drop trailer. First step of turning this trailer into our square drop trailer is going to be taking these bunk boards right here that were for the boat trailer, and we're going to be taking those off and scrapping them. That way we have a nice flat solid surface to work with. And the UPS truck is coming! Alright, so we got the bunk boards off, and the next step is going to be to fix up the wiring that the trailer came with. Right now we've got the brake lights. The wire comes up above the frame, and I just don't like that. The frame of the camper is going to be sitting on that, so I need to get that run through. This, just need to tidy that up, do the same thing. And then just fix up this absolute mess of wires here, get everything shortened down to the right size, get everything heat shrinked. Then I'm going to take this makeshift tongue and I'm going to shorten it down, and I'll probably keep the same thing because that way it helps a lot with the rigidity, because the Harbor Freight trailer has that flex point right there. So I'll probably take this and bring it down to this cross member, and then that way it'll have more strength through here. Maybe even go down to that one. Alright, today is the 13th. This is day 2 of the project. It is approximately 33 degrees outside, if you couldn't tell. And I'm going to start wiring. So my first subject is going to be this mess right here. Basically it's way too long. It's a jumbled mess, and there's holes down here. So I don't know why I didn't just run the wires there in the first place, but yeah, it's better than drilling a new hole. So that's what we're going to do first. So we're going to be using this wire loom, flex tubing, basically going to be taking it and running the wires along there. This is a gigantic rat's nest of wires and connectors and zip ties, and there's only one way to deal with it, and that is to cut everything down to size. Well, to cut everything down to size, I need to cut everything out of this, because this tongue is actually where the connector goes through. So if I wanted to get all the wiring done, I need to make sure everything's at the right length. I wanted to move this tongue back so that it had more structure through here, and so it was a little bit shorter trailer. Since it's not a boat trailer, it doesn't mean it's super long. So now, instead of focusing on wiring, I'm going to focus on getting this all fixed up and moving it back to where it should be. And then after that, then I'll know how long to make my wires, and then I'll finish up the wiring. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. Alright, so we got the tongue in its new location. And it's actually a lot stronger than it was when it was longer like that there. So I like it. It took a little bit of time to get new holes drilled and everything, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. Now next step is just going to be fixing these wires. Like I've said a million times, I'm just procrastinating it at this point. But yeah, it's turning out pretty good so far. got this side all finished up now. That side's all finished up over there. Now just gonna run the same wire loom all the way down the sides. Same with this side here, and then tackle that mess up there. I'm not gonna lie, that was the quickest one I've done. I guess I've done the whole other side, so I had kind of got used to it. That was pretty quick. The other ones did not take that short of a time. Welcome to day 3 of It's Really Cold Outside, and why did I decide to do this in the winter? Yesterday's progress included wire loom along the side, wire loom along this side. We shortened up the trailer, and then I also had a buddy of mine come over and he welded up these right here. So now this trailer is extremely stiff compared to what it was before we welded it up, and now we're just gonna finish up the wiring right here and then we'll paint it. I'm gonna take this time to throw in some of the plans I drew up. It's gonna be a simple box construction with the kitchen area in the back. Since I'm working with an 8-foot platform, I'm gonna make the bed around 6 feet long. That way there's room to sleep, but there's also enough room for what will be in the kitchen area. And speaking of kitchen, it will have a cooler, propane stove, and water jug for cleaning dishes and also for drinking water. I got my wires done. Now next step, take it over to the truck and test it out, and let's fingers crossed everything will work. Alright, so we got some stuff done now. We've got the wiring completed on the trailer side, the actual base trailer. So all the lights and everything work great, as you saw. We also got the tongue shortened, so that's 2 things done so far. The next thing is going to be painting, and before we paint, we need to prep. The way I'm going to prep is I'm going to find all the rust spots I can find, grind them down real good, and then do some Rust-Oleum paint over rust kind of thing. That way it'll seal it up a little bit, act as a primer too, and I'm going to do that everywhere that I can find rust. That's basically going to be the easiest thing that I can think of to do. And then after that, I'm just going to either get a cheap sprayer or just do rattle cans, whatever I think is going to be the easiest way. I don't want to do bed liner because bed liner is more expensive, but it is not as easy to fix. So like, say I'm going down the road and I get a real big rock chip in it, I'm going to have to go in and re-bed liner it or just spray paint it over the bed liner. It's going to look off. Whereas if I do everything in spray paint, something happens down the road, yes, it's less durable, but you can just keep a can of spray paint, just paint it back up, it'll be fine, no more rust. So that's what we're going to do next. I've already started. I just painted over the welds just so those, since they were the fresh bare metal, I painted over those just so that they didn't start to rust early. And then I'm actually going to be going and getting a cordless angle grinder, and then that'll be in the next video. So you guys can look forward to that. Next video we're going to be grinding and painting. With that being said, I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you want to stay up to date with the build, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you'll be able to watch the next episode. I'll put my Instagram down in the description so you guys can follow with the littler updates. I'll be posting those there. And I'm excited. I'm happy with how it's turning out so far.
it's going by pretty quick, but I assume that it's going to start to slow down a little bit once school starts, and once I get the bigger things, like putting a bed in here and framing it up and getting some waterproofing on it. So next video is going to be fun. Going to be painting, going to be grinding, doing a lot of fun stuff. So be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. You guys have a good one. Bye.